Thank you. The analysis comes first and the initiatives. So I please ask the convener or rapporteur from third workshop Voices from Inside the War. Lisa, okay, welcome. Please.
So after the analysis, we approached the human factor. And we had with us Karina Radchenko, whom you had all listened to this morning. And we started with her. And we heard about how one can reinfuse hope, especially in children, with small actions, but actions that are done during the war. And I characterize this as resistance against the war, something that becomes then extremely important when the war ends and when it comes to reconstructing social coexistence and social cohesion. So we talked a lot about that, and basically we came to the conclusion that it is the human suffering that must guide our actions and our information, and that's what we truly care about. Obviously, there is also Ludo's analysis and the analysis and the political action, but if we are concentrating on the human side and the civil society side, that's where we start. But then, since I mentioned that we were also trying to examine what happens after the war ends, we had with us two wonderful friends from Ireland who told us on this 25th year after the Good Friday agreements and the peace, that even after 25 years of a successful peace agreement, peace is not yet complete. It still has to be worked on. So this is a lesson which is important for us all, in that we must not get dejected if after 6 months it isn't as we hoped it would be. But we've got to continue working for peace. And we work for peace even while the war is on, and while the violence is going on, and never resign ourselves to that. Obviously, we have different perspectives about weapons and non-weapons, and we feel that it's extremely important also to extend our network beyond the people who are more or less the people in this room who believe in non-violence and no weapons shipments and so on, but to other people who are well-meaning and want to change things and want to build a new society together with us afterwards. On that line, of course, we also approached the idea of Europe, and we came to the conclusion that Europe is no longer the Western Europe, the institutional Europe is no longer the institutional Europe that it should have been. Its values were lost down the line somewhere, and that this is another struggle that we must be carrying forward. We came to the other conclusion, which was that here we were in this wonderful, open, plural space, and we want to repeat this. We want to put great efforts into keeping this going, extending it further to young people, to other movements. We talked about youth, Fridays for Future, for example, or Extinction Rebellion, but other youth movements, climate movements, because war, after all, as that elephant in the room tells us, militarism is the greatest villain in terms of climate collapse. And so basically, we felt that we had found a friendship and a solidarity, and that solidarity is the word that we must concentrate on. But we must pay attention to our communication, because the governments and some kinds of civil society actors that are sending weapons to Ukraine also claim that they are acting in solidarity with Ukraine. Well, we must find a different way. Our way is human solidarity. Thanks.